Maloka I want to giant red designer. I'm on a believe I did my man. Five love me, I cannot do that. Money matter, Maloka I want to giant red designer. I'm on a believe I did my man. She back to the bone. She wanna party on that long. Me, I just wanna have some cool fun. So I gotta go any money call. I'm tryna lose in a home, so I don't need to do too much. Cause I'm in my elements. Five love me, I cannot do that. Money matter, Maloka Milara. I want to giant red designer. I'm on a believe I did my man. Five love me, I cannot do that. Money matter, Maloka Milara. I want to giant red designer. I'm on a believe I did my man. Cannot do that. Money matter, Maloka Milara. I want to giant red designer. I'm on a believe I did my mask. Five love me, I cannot do that. Money matter, Maloka Milara. I want to giant red designer. I'm on a believe I did my mask.
To read fast through the playlist that was noted.
And the winner is Aɗɪṛ Oᴘᴇɪ.
I want to say a few words in my language. Ekale, Nigeria, Momki Boboyi, Eshe, Modupe. Firstly, I want to thank Almighty God for everything that He's been doing in my life and everything He's been blessing me with. I want to thank the presidents. I want to thank all my teammates, club and country. I want to thank them for their support and the love that they give me. This award today is a blessing to me, to my family, to my nation, and to be recognized as the best player in Africa. It's something incredible, and I'm extremely proud of. Just over 4 years ago, I failed in front of the world, and fast forward 4 years, I'm the best player in Africa. I want to say to all the young children and people watching this, don't let your failures weigh you down, that they break your wings. But in fact, turn your pain into your power and continue to fly. God bless.
February 2022, Ademola Lookman tweeted to announce the official ratification of his switch of his allegiance from England after playing for all of the 8 grade teams in England, and decided to switch to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. As at that time, we had Nigerian wingers that were in the form of their life. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, 2 years and 9 months after he's been crowned as the best male footballer on the continent of Africa. What a decision, what a switch. And look at how big it's come in the last 2 years and a few months. He said it about a week ago that one of his greatest decisions is to switch his nationality and decide to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Maybe at some point you could look for some beautiful silver linings in the midst of all of the darkness, all of the negativity, all of the stereotype against the Nigerian brand, ladies and gentlemen. And how other way can you announce your arrival to the world than even introducing your speech in your mother tongue? It's a Nigerian win, but of course, hey, whether you like it or not, after being a Nigerian, you are from somewhere. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, don't take my words for anything. Don't politicize what I just said. We're just celebrating the win of a champion. We're here to celebrate the 27-year-old man that switched his allegiance at the age of 25. And guess what? We've been begging a lot of his peers, his 8th grade, come play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. You never can tell. But how do you explain how much of the last 18 months Ademola Lookman has had? Somebody even said that it seems it's going to be easier for him to win the CAF award again, rather even more easier than the first time. The form he is right now: 9 goals for in Italian Serie A, 11 goals in all competition for Atalanta, keeping them at the top of the Serie A right now, unbeaten 11 games in all competition. What more can you ask for? Man of the match in a game against the defending champions, even in a game that his team lost. Guys, the fears yesterday was that the unthinkable could happen. A lot of you guys felt like, oh, maybe Achraf Hakimi at the Morocco conversation. And I was so consistent with the fact that it has to be Ademola Lookman. It will be Ademola Lookman. And that was exactly what we saw yesterday.
Agbatomi is a Thomas.
He's a Liverpool fan.
He was the one emphasizing of
how much more would you not be a Thomas if you are convincing yourself that you don't want to walk alone?
See,
that daily conviction shows that you're a loner.
Like I said yesterday, that it was audible, and it was audible to the deaf and visible to the blind.
Too clear.
See, there was nothing they want to bring. There's no drama. When you're talking about Morocco, maybe perhaps you're talking about the 2022 Moroccan team, but if you're talking about the Moroccan team that we saw at the CAF at the African Nations Cup earlier this year, it is not the same Morocco. And when you're talking about how impactful it was with the Moroccan side at the Olympics, it was.
He played just 2 games.
Yes, it was ravaged by.
He didn't even finish the second game.
Same thing as well as the Ligue 1 that he participated in. But when you're talking about someone that did not just that was impactful, not just adding numbers, not just by saying, you know what, maybe they've already scored 5, he decides to score 1. It's not by that. It's not this kind of.
Guys, we have so much to talk about. We go through all of the winners yesterday night. The fact that the goalkeeper of the year did not make it into the CAF 11,
and the best player of the Nations Cup did not make it to the team of the year,
and the best player of the Nations Cup that is also a defender, the captain of the team that got nominated for the national team of the year.
Goals.
We'll talk about all of that, guys.
Even tonight, the keeper that was nominated as one of the best goalkeepers in the world,
and even made the Ballon d'Or nomination. Ladies and gentlemen, CAF and its old drama, but the most important thing is that there will
always be a Cameroon in every CAF.
Akita, please, can you allow Isaiah to rest in peace?
But what happened? Onana is also from Cameroon. I'm not saying much.
We'll be right back.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM. The sound of Lagos.
they go, we dey work for dough. Some days we fast, some days we slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over. Blow the trumpet, hello, I go, go, go. Everywhere you go, go, go. Everybody go, lo, lo, lo. We go enjoy, so we make we celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bell, do everybody celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
Looking for reliable logistics solutions? Welcome to WG Global Limited, where logistics is redefined. We specialize in freight forwarding, customs brokerage, local logistics, import and export services, and even travels and tours for seamless, efficient service. Visit us at 13 Aɗɪɪr:ɪṛ Street, Aviation Estate, Mafoluku, Oshodi. Call us today at 0814-706-8472 or 0809-578-8867. Send an email at info@boagateglobal.com or visit the website www.boagateglobal.com for more details. Boagate Global Limited, logistics redefined.
Hey there! Yes, you! You just won 5,000 Naira cash! And you, sitting by the side, there's 1 month Showmax subscription to watch the Premier League waiting for you! You behind! Of course! You're not left out! How does 1,000 Naira airtime and 2,000 Naira Uber discount sound? All this could come true when you buy the No Unwrap and Win pack. Open it, look for a cube with a 6-digit code on its wrapper, text the code to 8011 and follow the prompts to stand a chance to win any of these instant prizes. Promo valid from July till December. Terms and conditions apply. Get extra value on the No Unwrap and Win pack. No, eat for good.
As the years they go, we dey work for dough. Some days we fast, some days we slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over. Blow the trumpet, hello, I go, go, go. Everywhere you go, go, go. Everybody go, lo, lo, lo. We go enjoy, so we make we celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bell, do everybody celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
pé fún ìdíkòwò mẹ́fà tí mo ti ní mo ní àǹfààní ẹyọ kan sí i.
ewu lẹ gbé ṣírò lè báyìí.
mo ń ṣe òǹkà iye tí mo lè ní nínú ìdíkòwò bílíọ̀nù márùn-ún ni nítorí ABN Holdings ìtẹ́pẹpẹ ìdíkòwò fún àwọn tó jẹ́ onípín ìdíkòwò wọn lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ èyí dá sí pé àwọn tó ti ní ìpín wọn lọ́wọ́ báyìí ní àǹfààní láti ní ìpín kan sí i lórí ìpín mẹ́fà tí wọ́n ti ní ìpín ọjọ́ ọ̀la pẹ̀lú ABN Holdings. ìpín ìdókòwò yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní ọjọ́ 4 oṣù kọkànlá di ọjọ́ 12 oṣù kejìlá ọdún 2024. kàn sáwọn olùṣòwò ìpín ìdíkòwò rẹ tàbí ẹ̀ka ilé ìfowópamọ́ First Bank bákan náà ni o lè ra ìpín rẹ lórí First Mobile app rẹ. ABN Holdings ní ìpín nínú ọjọ́ ọ̀la.
Looking for reliable logistics solutions? Welcome to Boagate Global Limited, where logistics is redefined. We specialize in freight forwarding, customs brokerage, local logistics, import and export services, and even travels and tours for seamless, efficient service. Visit us at 13 Aɗɪɪr:ɪṛ Street, Aviation Estate, Mafoluku, Oshodi. Call us today at 0814-706-8472 or 0809-578-8867. Send an email at info@boagateglobal.com or visit the website www.boagateglobal.com for more details. Boagate Global Limited, logistics redefined.
As the years they go, we dey work for dough. Some days we fast, some days we slow. Many highs and lows, but we carry go. Nothing go stop our doing so. Now the night just spirit, yes we move. With family, there's love at home. We know say Christmas, it don't come over, blow the trumpet, Hello, go, go, go. Everywhere you go, go, go. Everybody go, lo, lo, lo. We go enjoy, so we make us celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. When you hear the bedroom, everybody celebrate. It's a yellow, yellow Christmas, so we celebrate. We do it anyway, any place.
Disconnect from distractions. Go make a difference this season. Merry Christmas from MTN.
You're listening to Mainland 98.3 FM.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.
The lady boy, cause he's shiny. Too many girls when they sign me. They say I love you cause you're sexy. But me, I know that they lying. Bling, 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 bling. Ding, 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 ding. Bling, 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 bling. Ding, 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 ding. Ooh. I've been eating, say don't do. But she say she no won't go. Every day telling me bonjour. Cause the money sweet like banco. I've been eating, say don't do. But she say she no won't go. Every night telling me bonjour. Cause the money's feel like banco. So I put the feather come on when I pass it down. So I put the feather come on when I pass it down. Put some Gucci on the booty cause she la mad. That's why she don't want to push, she wanna stick around. But she still say that she love me cause I'm sexy. And I tell her
The 2024 Confederations of African Football Award took center stage yesterday night with the best talents in Africa emerging winners. The prestigious event that was held at the city of Marrakesh, Morocco, celebrated outstanding achievement across the continent of Africa for the year 2023-2024. Nigerians Demola Lookman claimed the spotlight as he succeeded his compatriot and teammate Victor Osimhen to win CAF Men's Player of the Year awards. His remarkable performance throughout the year has earned him this esteemed recognition. And in the women's category, Zambia's Barbara Banda emerged victorious, securing the CAF Women Footballer of the Year award. That was never in there, by the way. BBC already awarded the African Women Footballer of the Year just about 2 weeks ago. It was a surprise presentation at our club side, embraced and celebrated by our club mate as well. Let's go through the list of winners yesterday. For the men's player of the year, it was Nigerians Demola Lookman. For the club player of the year, it was Ronnie Williams, Mamelodi Sundowns, and Republic of South Africa. That's the captain of the Bafana of South Africa. Goalkeeper of the year went to Ronnie Williams as well. He was a double winner yesterday. For the young player of the year, for the second time in a run, Lamine Camara actually won that one for Senegal. Fantastic player, my boy. God, I saw the highlights when he won it the first time. He plays in the French league. He plays for Monaco. You can't just help to admire what he does. Unfortunately, when they played against Arsenal, he was injured. But against Barcelona, he was a constant thorn in the flesh of the Barcelona defense. He won it back. You would always remember that one.
Of course.
We all remember that one. Lamine Camara won that one for Senegal for the second year on the run. Coach of the year, arguably, I mean that is never in contention. Emerson Faye, the coach of Ivory Coast, came in as an assistant coach in the competition. They qualified as third best placed with 3 points. In fact, if not for Cameroon and Guinea's game, that Cameroon had to win by almost the last kick of the game 3-2, that brought Ivory Coast back into the tournament. The fans were already going rampage. They're already destroying things and getting angry that their team have crashed out. But they came in through
against
they had 2 losses and a win. Yes, they qualified with only 3 points. Yes, they qualified only by 3 points. Somebody said they came in through the back door. At the end of the day, they had a beautiful run all the way. Exactly. Defeating the Super Eagles of Nigeria in the finals by 2 goals. 2-1 right there. Well, the coach has been voted as the coach of the year, Emerson Faye. National team of the year certainly should go to Ivory Coast. That is never in doubt. Al Ahly of Egypt actually won Club of the Year. What a year Al Ahly are having. My, oh my.
And luckily for them, they'll be the first team. They'll be playing against Inter Miami.
At the World Club competition, the opening game.
So it's a great one for Africa.
It's been a massive year for Al Ahly. Well, for the Women's Player of the Year, Barbara Banda, like we said. For the Club Player of the Year, Sana Masudu, FAR Rabat, and Morocco. Goalkeeper of the Year, Chiamaka Nadozie of Nigeria and Paris FC. Fantastic goalkeeper, no doubt about that. Young Player of the Year went to Doal El Mahani of Morocco. And the Club Coach of the Year went to Lamide Bohadi of TP Mazembe and Ivory Coast. The National Team of the Year for women went to Nigeria, the Super Falcons, and Club of the Year, Women's Club of the Year went to TP Mazembe, obviously. Maybe if Edo Queens have won it, they definitely will have won. Maybe the Club of the Year and the Coach of the Year to get nominated for that. That's their first foray into the Women's Champions League. For the best 11 in the female category, let's go through that real quick. Andile Dlamini of Republic of South Africa. Well, it's crazy, right?
The goalkeeper. It appears that CAF was just doing compensation. They just compensating.
The men's goalkeeper of the year did not make it to the CAF 11.
When you support politicians to get into power, and they're just trying to give their loyalty.
You just play their politics. Just take this one.
Just take this one.
Just take this one.
You don't worry.
Most of
itself is politics.
Absolutely. Most of the state-sponsored club sides in Nigeria, that is how their FA chairman emerges. Most of them are campaign coordinators for governors during election. Remember, I'm not sure, maybe you were with us already, but I'm sure I can tell you when we interviewed the former manager of Plateau United, that's Fidelis Ilechukwu, under the administration of former governor Lalong, and he said he's not sure if he would continue as the coach of Plateau United because a new party and a new governor has come on board. Elected. 2 weeks later, he was sacked. Straight up.
No time.
And he went to his new club, and guess where he won his first trophy? At the home of Plateau United. That was when Rangers won their first trophy. Coincidentally, when Plateau United won their first trophy also under former manager Kennedy Boboye, he defeated Rangers in Jos. They defeated Rangers 2-0. Rangers were also the defending champions. Plateau United took the trophy from them in 2016. And then when Rangers won it back, they came to win it on the home stadium of Plateau United with Plateau United's former manager. Some of these scripts are just there. You need to get involved with the details before you enjoy some of these things. So let's go through the CAF 11 for the women. We have Indalimi Andile Dlamini of South Africa. We have Michel Alozie of Nigeria, Super Falcons. We have
the beautiful right.
Osinachi Ohale of Nigeria as well. We have Lebohag Ramalefe, Karambo Dlamini, Linda Mesoto, all of them South Africa. We have Rashidat Ajibade of Nigeria. We have Chinglane Chebak of Morocco, Babarabanda of Zambia. Aziza Toshwara actually made it into the team of Nigeria, and Tabitha Chawinga of Malawi. I mean, you see, the Tabitha sisters, fierce.
Very good.
Absolutely. Well,
very good.
That is it. Let's go for the men's team of the year. And I'm sure this is where the controversy will come from. Akita is laughing already. Let me start from Andre Onana of Cameroon. There's Ashraf Hakimi of Morocco. There's Kalidou Koulibaly of Senegal. There's Channel Mbemba of Cote d'Ivoire. How do you have Channel Mbemba of Cote d'Ivoire in a team and you don't have our own?
See, Mbemba plays well for, I think he's in Marseille, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's in Marseille.
He plays well.
We're talking about the AFCON.
You are bringing Koulibaly. You are bringing Koulibaly. Are you telling me Koulibaly has been better than Troostekong? Come on. See,
Troostekong was the player of the tournament. Farm.
Maybe the best defender in the tournament as well.
I mean,
not maybe. He was.
He was.
If you win the player of the tournament, automatically you have to be the defender of the tournament. And then we had our CAF 11. See, you know where I know that this head is bending to one corner? The moment I saw the top 3 and I saw Onana, guys, listen to me. Onana in 18 months for Manchester United had conceded 76 goals in the league and 111 goals in all competition in 18 months.
A goalkeeper
he came to you say what?
A goalkeeper means to concede goals.
Excuse me? I'll off your mic.
On the show, I mean, those are looking.
Don't let them find you. Chancellor Mbemba of Ivory Coast and Marcel Mohamed Kudus of Ghana, Sofiane Amrabat of Morocco, Frank Kessié of Ivory Coast.
Amrabat had a disastrous season in United.
Absolutely.
And he was, even in
Morocco.
There are so many things that I cannot fathom in that. I just feel that maybe...
It's just consolation. It's just consolation.
Okay, what are they consolating?
Just consolation.
Okay, there is Yves Bissouma of Mali. There's Mohamed Salah of Egypt, Aoun Victor Osimhen, and Demola Lookman. So we have 2 Nigerians. We have a Cameroonian. We have a Ghanaian. We have 2 Moroccans. We have 1 Senegalese, 1 Ivorian, 1 Egyptian. Let me land. And 1 Ivory Coast. You people will not pursue me for this show.
Boniface had a better season than Salah. He had a better season.
Wait.
And as well as individually.
Okay, I understand.
Boniface didn't come to AFCON, right?
He didn't go to AFCON.
Yeah.
No, that's what is
Salah also had a very, very bad AFCON.
But he came to AFCON.
But he had the bad
and
AFCON.
It's Salah.
Yes, but he had the bad AFCON.
He came to AFCON and it's Salah.
Why are we not talking about the inclusion of Victor Boniface? Why was Seyi Guirassy not the best striker?
Why exactly? Why Guirassy do not? Why does not replace Salah?
No, we are talking about striker. Why not Guirassy for Victor Osimhen? Why Victor Osimhen? Victor Osimhen Napoli had one of the best.
Osimhen had the worst title defense.
Exactly. Sorry, I said
in the history of humanity.
Exactly.
Worst title defense.
So why was Victor Osimhen also being included as part of the CAF best 11?
But it was at AFCON.
It was at AFCON, exactly. But Seyi Guirassy has also had a very good
AFCON. And Osimhen ended the season well. He was injured for like 2 months. He ended the season very well with Napoli.
He had a good AFCON. He took Stuttgart almost single-handedly to the Champions League. They got second last season.
And he switched over to Dortmund and he's doing very well.
So why not Seyi Guirassy for Victor Osimhen?
Now, Akitayo, let me bring you into this. I kind of know. You can't flip the script. You know that the starting 11 will cause controversy, and this is not peculiar to CAF alone. Even at the Ballon d'Or, you see players, goalkeeper of the D's, not making the 11. Let's start from Onana. Is this a case of publicity? Because I'm trying to understand how Onana played a game and a half at AFCON. But he won the FA Cup, right? He won the FA Cup.
I will just tell you 2 things. The 2 players that are there that surprised me the most are there. They are from Manchester United. That's what I think.
Amrabat and Onana.
I won't say more than that.
Amrabat has gone back to his parents' club.
I won't say more than that.
Well, here you have it. Andre Onana, Achraf Hakimi, Kalidou Koulibaly, Chancellor Mbemba, Mohamed Kudus.
Do you know how impactful
breaking news? Okwemi. Alejandro Garnacho has now won the 2024 Puskas Award.
Well deserved.
Very well deserved.
Goal against
Everton.
That goal.
But Okwemi,
when Rooney did it, Rooney won it, so he should win it.
Okwemi, you cannot tell me a Koulibaly that in as much as Al Hilal is having, they had a good season last year. But we cannot take away what after the AFCON, Ekong still took part to Champions League qualification. It was one of the goal scorers for the Greek champions.
They couldn't get it.
No, for the Greek champ, yes, in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
So before he had the unfortunate ACL that took him out for
a while.
See, it just appears to me that perhaps maybe CAF Foods, maybe their excuse would be that we are the ones that is selecting this team of the year. It is the journalists and who are the
maybe that's different like because sometimes when you look at,
but there is no difference they want to see that would justify Onana ahead of because it makes us look.
Let's even agree that
why not Fofana, the goalkeeper for Cote d'Ivoire?
No,
why Onana?
Fofana considered almost 11 goals. He just won the AFCON. He considered almost 11 goals. In the game against Equatorial Guinea, considered 4 goals.
See, if Onana can be nominated as was part of the best goalkeepers of the year. And
he's currently Africa's best goalkeeper according to that starting 11.
If he was part of the goalkeeper of the year nominee, he eventually made it to the goalkeeper of the team of the year for Africa being the goalkeeper, and the goalkeeper that won the silver trophy for as being the second best goalkeeper of the tournament. That he was there all through the final, made 2 critical saves in the semi-finals that brought Nigeria to the Nations Cup finals. Had 4 clean sheets. Unfortunately, he conceded in the final, and he was not even nominated. And despite him not being nominated, and he could not get that compensation you're talking about. I've removed. I don't want to make mention. No. I don't want to make mention of the South African.
No, wait.
Because that's the person that merited it.
I've removed Nigeria in the conversation, right? I've removed the Nigerian goalkeeper in this conversation because he didn't make the top 3.
Top 3. Yeah.
I'm looking at the top 3. I'm looking at Fofana, I'm looking at Williams, and I'm looking at Onana. That is the top 3. Ivory Coast, South Africa, and Cameroon. Okay, and I'm coming. I'm looking at an Onana that came into the Nations Cup after Cameroon's first game, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at an Onana that played only 2 games because he didn't play the next game. I'm looking at an Onana that got knocked out in the round of 16 of AFCON.
He was almost banished, and he was only helped back because there was intervention by former players that came to.
Yes, so I'm trying to understand what kind of apart from even from the footballing aspect, what message are you sending to other players? He decided to stay with Manchester United because of an FA Cup fixture.
Yes,
and jeopardized the chance of his country. And then he came back and he literally forced himself into the team.
A Cameroonian in CAF.
Okay, this is not the first time this thing is going to be happening. Even at even at the Ballon d'Or awards as well, the same thing as well was also repeated. No, calm down. The goalkeeper of the year, the player that won the goalkeeper of the year was not a player that was being represented as part of the best level.
Who was the goalkeeper? Who was the goalkeeper in the best level?
Who was the goalkeeper in the best level? Calm down. What I'm trying to say is this: we shouldn't. Due to the fact that it is CAF, just keep on. No, calm down.
Why you say that due to the fact that because it's CAF, so CAF has a leeway to do whatever they like?
Just like I said, it could have been as a result of consolation. And if
consolation for who?
If that's an excuse, then so be it for me.
Excuse for what? What are they consolating? What
exactly are they consolating? Why will you jeopardize?
If Williams could win, if he could go home yesterday with
2 awards,
winning the goalkeeper of the year and as well as the
club player of the year,
the club player of the year in Africa, because he plays in Africa and he won the club player of the year in Africa, and he could and one way or another, a goalkeeper that on a normal day for any serious thing, he cannot be the first choice of Liverpool. He cannot be the first choice of Real Madrid. He cannot be the first choice of Barcelona. He cannot be the first choice of Chelsea.
Akitayo, hold yourself.
At least Onana is better than Robert Sanchez.
I don't want to. Let's talk about something serious. I don't want to.
I wanted to ask him a question before, but you've missed that chance.
I don't want to be me. I don't want to.
Akitayo, of late, players have been spending a lot of money on PR, right? You see players having constant engagement with influencers on social media. You see national team, games. You see a lot of these influencers, even players doing skits. Victor Boniface shot. He was in a skit of almost 3 minutes with one of his friends recently. We see a lot of these guys. Is this a result of those PR that we're talking about? Keep the players' names on the lips of everyone, irrespective of how terrible their performance is.
The only PR Onana has was conceding.
That's enough PR for a goalkeeper.
So you will always be in the news because you keep on making errors upon errors.
He still made an error against Victoria Place,
Yes, he kept on making errors. That's the only PR. But on a more serious note, I was really glad about what Lookman's dad said after the game, considering to what you made mention of the PR, and he talked about that he is a very focused boy, that he doesn't like publicity, and we could actually see that even the way he tweets or the way
he was shy. Even yesterday, the interviews, he was eager to get off the camera.
He's a shy boy.
He was really shy.
And after a game, whether good or bad, you just see him, he drops a picture
just calm, and just with a caption,
and he leaves it. And we're not saying it is bad. That's the way it works for him. And I think what the father was just trying to emphasize that that they should just keep that young players should keep their head on the low. But the problem with this PR thing with players, which is synonymous with players, talking about Bonifaces, sometimes you need those PR to ensure that you're the product, because you are the product. So the product
you're out there constantly.
Yes. So sometimes it helps, for example, with national team selection.
Even increases your market value as well.
Exactly.
I mean, look at how Galatasaray milked at the signing of Victor Osimhen. They started tweeting in pidgin and they created a pidgin page officially.
You cannot tell me that some players or some agents, the players might not know, you cannot tell me that some agents do not give all this Fabrizio Romano something for them to always.
Of course, it's PR. Sometimes you see some of the posts Romano and I'm like, hey, hello, what's up with you, man?
Okay, me now. I'm going to say this, and I know it's going to spark.
My hand's on the mic. You may not finish what you're about to. You must not. You may not end.
It's going to make sense. Okay, me. Now, football standards have dropped. I mean, you take a look at the days of Cristiano Ronaldo. Take a look at the days of Samuel. Calm down. You take a look. You take a look at the days of you take a look at the days of Lionel Messi. Their PR were the things they did on the pitch. Their PR, see, whatever things they did on the pitch was enough for their names to be on the list of everybody.
For Ronaldo?
For Ronaldo, yes.
For Ronaldo?
For Ronaldo, yes.
For Ronaldo, yes. Do you know what?
See, you can say it's a media boy. But the fact that it's a media boy does not make him a PR boy.
The interview Ronaldo had with Piers Morgan, where he reviewed that old Manchester United gym drama, that was the highest ever viewed video of Piers Morgan. Because he went into hundreds of millions in less than 7 days. Go and check it. That is what they call PR. Ronaldo himself is PR. Ronaldo models women's lingerie. Do you know what that means?
Okay, fine.
See, Neymar at some point is the most sellable face in South America. Neymar was modeling lingerie. Neymar was modeling women's cream. Neymar was modeling children's toys. Neymar was modeling every single thing. That is PR, fam. That is PR, fam.
And when he was asked that why does he have a yacht, why does he have a problem, he said when you have the kind of money I have at this age and you have no other thing that
you can misbehave. Don't come up with that. See, guys.
Before that, we have been seeing players years after years after years. Players always going for parties, always being in the media, either being in the media for good
or
news,
for
bad story. See, being in the media is not the problem. The major problem where I see the problem is when you don't do enough and you are now relying on the PR, like what we saw with the Brand Diaz. It was as if that you just switched allegiance, and because you've gotten 2 or 3, 5 goals during that process, and everyone just starts and it just felt like you now want to make the support, you want to make it look as if it is organic and start saying that it deserves because of Real Madrid has won, Real Madrid has won that. That is what
I almost fell for that PR that way. Exactly. And I saw what happened to Achraf Hakimi also. In about 3 days to the award, out of nowhere, Achraf Hakimi just started trending everywhere. And people that was why Agbatomi was having doubts yesterday about the awards. That what could happen?
That was what we saw yesterday when they started leaving the old.
Immediately they announced it. That was disrespectful.
Because some of them believed at some point in time
it was Hakimi that should win it.
Because we were hosting it in
Morocco.
Marrakesh. And they felt like, we are hosting the World Cup. I can't just FIFA just announced that we're hosting the World Cup. Perhaps this is just an homecoming. And come on.
Let's leave this real quick now. But guys, the foundation of what we had last night, I mean, women's national team, the Super Falcons, obviously on the back of their performance at the World Cup, not the Olympics, because they were shambolic at the Olympics. We also have the current African Footballer of the Year back to back. We've not won it in 22 years. 24 now. Then we've come back to win it, and it looks like Ademola Lookman is on the track to win it again. What can we gain out of this? Let me start from you. Just 1 minute, guys. As a federation, what should we gain out of this?
At some point, there's no point in time that I've been alive in 3 decades, over 3 decades of my life. That Nigeria has ever lacked stars or talent. There has never been any point in time. The problem has always been consistency. That's always been the problem. And I think that the major issue or our concentration now is how to ensure that these talents, when you look at their age are not.
Ademola Lookman is 27.
Yes, he's 27, just getting to his prime or just in his prime. When you look at Boniface, when you look at Osimhen, when you look at even the goalkeeper, when you look at the players, apparently their ages, they are just within the same or similar age brackets, and that tells you that we need to milk this, not in terms of PR, but in terms of winning silverware. See, between now and next 5 years, if we do not win a silverware, Okoyemi, second is not the best. Third, our usual trophy is not the best. If we do not win a silverware, I don't know wherever the silver wants to come from. if we do not win in silverware between now and the next 5 years, it will be a disaster. And that is why we need a manager that can take us to the heights that we want to do.
I have a friend that is constantly against the CAF awards every single time. And he says that even if Nigeria wins it 1 million times, he would never respect the award. That if it is CAF awards, then we should celebrate players playing on the continent, not players playing in Europe. Agbatomi, let's wrap up that conversation. Do you also believe in that school of thought? Remember, there was a certain Mahmoud Abutrika that had every single opportunity to join Manchester United, a lot of big stars, and he never left the continent. He won the BBC African Footballer of the Year back to back to back, but he never left the continent. Is that a strong claim that the CAF Awards should be players playing on the continent?
Well, no, exactly. Just like what Akintaye said, I mean, if you decide that the CAF Award should only be for players that play on the continent, then what exactly happens to African players as well that also play their trade? In Europe, in the Americas, and across other continents. But apart from that, the CAF Awards has always celebrated African excellence, and I think it will continue to do that. And I mean, I also feel as well that for the past 10 years, if we take a look at the past winners as well, it has always been the correct decision, unlike what we've seen in the Ballon d'Or when the likes of Lionel Messi won. Let me finish. When
you say 10 years,
let's talk to Uche. Uche has been knocking on the door. Hello, Uche. Good evening. Welcome to the show.
Uche
Lukman.
Good evening, guys.
Good evening.
Welcome.
So for me, for the award, award deserve no agreement for that. We thank God. And the way things are going now, this guy may win this award back to back. If you look what he's doing this season, I know that ending of the season, he and Musala, two of them will be comparing the next best player in Africa. So I'm just praying that Ademola Lookman may win with Atlanta this season. So if he wins it, that means he's going to win Africa best player back to back. And for Onana, the reason why Onana is in that best 11 is because he's playing for Manchester United. If it is a smaller team now, he will not be there now. So no agreement for that one. Thank you, guys.
It's just PR to me because it looks like they know that United are going to talk about it and say that their players, their players and ex-players that won the tournament, that won the individual trophy. But aside from that, when you're talking about the previous question that you posed to Agbatomi, I feel this is discriminatory. When you're celebrating excellence, regardless of whether they're applying their trade at home or they're playing it abroad, it does not matter. What matters is are they good representatives? Are they good ambassador of the continent? I don't think there's, and that is why some confederation they used to, and we are seeing that too as well. We can see the best player that is playing his stride in Africa. That is the goalkeeper of South Africa. So you can as well see that things are actually that is not as if they're not compensating players that are playing in Africa. So, but I don't think that they must play in Africa before they can win the coveted trophy. It's just a significant. It's just to acknowledge their brilliance, and that's the reason why CAF that's the reason why we have these awards. It's just to appreciate their contribution to the development of sports in total.
Anyways, guys, the FIFA the best award is also today. It just today after the original FIFA the best award. And guess what?
When you say original,
calm down. Guess what? Rodri has not been spotted, but the winner, Vinicius Junior. This is the original,
guys. Whether you like it or not, whether you like it or not, guys. There would always be politics in everything you can imagine in this life. And because I remember there was a time they wanted to look for one category for Lewandowski. They created that category for him and they removed it the following year. Because they just want to find a way to fix Roberto Lewandowski.
They gave Alan 2 now. They gave Alan.
They gave Alan 2.
I think there's a big problem that Batomi do not understand.
Which big problem?
And the problem is this. See, the Ballon d'Or has been in existence years before the FIFA. Let me finish.
Let him cook.
Okay, cook.
Let him cook.
Cook and I'll cook you.
See, Ballon d'Or has been out as far back as the 60s. FIFA did not start recognizing players till 20, 30 years. And guess what? And even the Ballon d'Or, they do not recognize players that do not come from European heritage. See, the essence of Ballon d'Or is for players that is for players that are from that are Europeans.
Okay, do you realize that Ballon d'Or is?
Let me finish my point. That is the reason, and that was one of the reasons why FIFA decided that, you know what, so as just to not create this discriminatory issue, let us combat both of them. That was the essence of what led to the scrapping of the initial FIFA Best Player of the Year. Why do you think that they did not scrap the Ballon d'Or and just rely on FIFA? Instead, what did they do? They scrapped the FIFA Player of the Year and opted for the Ballon d'Or. That was what happened. And after 3 or 4 years, guess what? FIFA decided, you know what, let us continue having our own side. So don't disrespect the Ballon d'Or. See, the tournament of the year that was hosted in Europe, that Europe recognizes, was at the Euros.
Okay, me.
Let's talk to Joe Jai.
By France football. France football.
Hello, Joe Jai.
Good evening, Okoyemi.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Abba.
Honestly, the organizer of CAF should be in jail by now. for naming Onana.
Joe Jai, journalists, selected journalists, national team captains, and national team coaches. Those are the voters.
Those who conducted that CAF award and agreed that Onana should be #1 in Africa, first 11 should be in jail by now. If we are serious,
the jail go full,
including Onana himself.
Yes, he's a captain.
A goalkeeper from South Africa who won 2 trophies on that night doesn't deserve to be in the first 11. When people you kill them.
I know guys take that thing.
The last one.
Guys, I'm sure we've not seen the end of this conversation, but of course, I will keep it on with you. And let's talk to Samuel. He's also been calling. Hello, Samuel.
Hello.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
How are you?
Oh. Good, and you?
Okay, greeting to all of you in this studio. You have some and you don't have some, so you may not get all of them at the same time. Look at who was the best player in that tournament in Côte d'Ivoire.
Nobody.
Who was
Nobody.
The best player? No, the best player was he in the
Is he of the tournament?
The best 11.
Okay,
yes, the player of the level. Not Adigra, the best tournament. The
Ekong,
best
that was Chris Ekong.
Ekong.
Yeah.
No.
Was Ekong even in the lineup?
He wasn't.
So you do query that one? Now you are querying.
We have done already.
We did.
If the best person is not in the list, then why are you querying this? Can that keeper he keep for Wolves? Wolves in England. Put it in a vote, and you see that in one of the sister stations, it was put in a vote today, and the other one, the other one. Put it in a vote in your ask Nigerian.
Okay.
And see
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
I think I agree with him. Andre Onana is the biggest goalkeeping brand in Africa. Yes. He's the biggest goalkeeping brand in Africa.
I agree.
Yes.
I do not agree.
He's the biggest.
I do not agree.
He's the biggest goalkeeping brand.
Hello.
Hello, good evening.
You're welcome.
Good evening. Fred from Lekki here. Okay, I just want to make a point on this CAF. So CAF is Confederation of African Football.
Exactly.
It's not African footballers. So the award should be given for African football. Players that play in Africa. Footballers that play in Africa. Once if you are an African footballer and you play in Europe, go and win the Ballon d'Or if you are good enough. So this is one of your man that won the Ademola Lookman. Win the Ballon d'Or. Leave Africa for Africa. It should be homegrown. It should be localized. It's like mixing Africa and Europe together. Trying to mix maybe okra soup with mashed potato. It cannot work. It's for African football.
Okay.
No African footballers that play in.
Thank you. But I think football these days have gone beyond borders.
Yeah,
the best of the players play at the biggest stages.
What happens to players that play
Lionel Messi is a South American, and he has played his entire life in Europe.
So are you telling me now that if a player decides to, is a brilliant player, he has won according to his own theory, he wins, let's say maybe he wins it 3 times on the bounce, and decides to go to Europe, and he wins the Ballon d'Or.
Does it stop him from being an African?
Are you not going to say that he should not win the African Best Player of the Year? That is where the argument is flawed.
Well, I understand the position of, Africa wants to be on
the recognized players playing on the
exactly, and that's enough.
And that is the major reason why CAF decided to host CHAN tournament.
Exactly.
To acknowledge
the talent here.
And that is why we are having players like Ahmed Musa that will not be able to compete at the CHAN tournament. See, when we are already saying things like that, we are not at that stage where we can start dictating that X and next players. So are we? So that means
X and no.
So that means we are saying now is that okay, now in that theory now, are we now saying that the CHAN tournament is superior to the African Nations?
That's absolutely impossible.
Or should players based on homegrown players or home-based players that plays in CHAN, should we say that they should also not take part in the African Nations Cup because they are playing?
Just restricted on the continent.
Come on.
I understand everybody's position. I mean, two truths can be true. Right?
But that one I do not agree.
Well, you don't have to agree.
That it cannot be true, but I do not
People could have a lot of reservations and they are entitled to their opinions. And I totally understand where everyone is coming from, because at some point you think, how much CAF had been under some control of sorts. Remember how we used to play the AFCON before? It was the odd years. The clubs were complaining that it's always taking the players at the peak of the club's competition. We had to change it at some point. Clubs were having the monopoly of not releasing players
to the May, June.
Exactly, to the point that even the president of Napoli had to come out and talk about the fact that he's not going to sign black players again because they go. Even Jurgen Klopp talked about that little tournament.
That was well misinterpreted.
That shows what Liverpool is made of.
It was well misinterpreted.
Here we go. Guys, the best 11, that's according to Agbatobi, the official and recognized FIFA 11 awards.
No from France.
Bye. Like we have it, Emiliano Martinez, fantastic goalkeeper, no doubt about that.
He has also won the FIFA the best goalkeeper
winning
award
the World Cup, winning the FIFA best goalkeeper,
trophy as well.
Qualifying to the Champions League with Aston Villa, winning the Copa America with Argentina.
As well.
He's just in a world of his own. Well, Dani Carvajal as expected. I mean, phenomenal season he's had with club and country as well. More decorated than Rodri. By the way, Champions League, the Spanish La Liga, he won the Euros, won everything. And there's also Germany and the Real Madrid defender. That's Rudiger. There is Ruben Diaz for Manchester City and Spain as well. And there's William Saliba for France and Arsenal. Well deserved. He came second in the French Player of the Year, awards that was won by Kylian Mbappe. In fact,
now imagine they should say that they should not give Saliba
because he's not playing in
France. Does not play in France.
I understand. Then retired Toni Kroos also got into the midfield. That has a
that one is not compensation. Is what?
That's not a conversation.
It's not a compensation.
So Kroos ahead of Rodri in that position.
There's Rodri there. There's Kroos, Rodri, and Bellingham in the midfield in a 4-3-3 formation. And in the attack, there's Vinicius Junior, there's Haaland, and there's Lamine Yamal.
Wow.
Great guy. Of course, what do you expect? Best young player at the Euros. He won the Euros. I mean, what do you expect, man? He's been the face of Barcelona. Well deserved. Well. So let's run through it. Emiliano Martinez, there's Dani Carvajal, there's Rudiger, there's Ben Diaz, there's William Saliba, there is 3 Lions, Jude Bellingham, there's Rodri from Spain, there's Toni Kroos, retired from Germany, Real Madrid, there's Lamine Yamal, there's Haaland, and of course, there's Vinicius Junior. So you probably would expect that tonight, Vinicius Junior will be named the best in the FIFA best, but there's also still Rodri there.
Rodri.
You don't know what happened.
He has not been pictured.
See, when people just talk about Rodri, I just make mention that Rodri just won only the Premier League. That's just a lie.
That's a lie.
Because he won the Club World Cup.
He was the best player. He was the MVP at the Club World Cup. MVP at the Euros.
He won the Euros. He won the Premier League. I mean, people just say that he just won only the Premier League.
No, don't say that.
And he also won the Community Shield.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Let's run through the fixtures of what to expect in some of the games tonight. There's the Coppa Italia round of 16. At the Turin Stadium, Juventus will host Cagliari by 9 p.m. The other games in the KNVB Beker, that is the Dutch Cup, during the week as well. There's also the Women's Champions League. Lyon are the most successful club sides in the Women's Champions League. Would host former semi-finalist Wolfsburg tonight by 9 p.m. There's also Roma versus Galatasaray by 9 p.m. The game between FC Twente women and Celtic has already started, and is 11 minutes into the game and is still goalless. Well, the big game for the night, Real Madrid versus Chelsea, and Real Madrid women are leading a goal to nothing.
That's quite surprising.
That's quite surprising, actually.
Chelsea are unbeaten already this
unbeaten,
this
so flying.
And they changed their manager. I think they changed their manager.
Yeah, that's been a long time ago.
Well, those are the games to expect tonight in the Women's UEFA Champions League. Let's see how it goes. But you never can put
tomorrow,
on the Chelsea can still.
Barcelona.
There are a lot of key games to look out for tomorrow.
After losing 2-0 against Manchester City. So it's going to be.
It's going to be a big game, no doubt about that. Well, there are La Liga games tomorrow. There's French Ligue 1 tomorrow. There is also the FL Cup tomorrow. We take all of those games tomorrow by 6 o'clock on Sports Cruise.
Don Carlo has been voted as the coach of the year.
Who else? That's the greatest, man.
Greatest? Don Carlo? Greatest?
Ancelotti.
What happened to Pep?
Pep is Pep. Don Carlo is Don Carlo. He's won the 5 major leagues across Europe, man. He's won the French league. He's won the German Bundesliga. He's won the Spanish La Liga. He's won the Italian Serie A. He's won the English Premier League. He's won the Champions League multiple times. What else do you want?
I also feel Jose Mourinho will also fancy himself against those two.
Nibo.
Yes.
Okay, you see, on say Saturday, you will not hear the voice of Agbatomi and Akinta because these boys will put me in trouble. We still are devil's advocate and they're always playing on the game. Well, the show returns tomorrow, but of course, I'm going to hand you over to...
Before we go, Vinicius Junior has now won the FIFA The Best Award as the Player of the Year.
It's a compensation.
This is the original. No, this is the original.
It's a compensation, my friend.
This is the original.
It's a compensation.
Haters.
Olowo Ruben on Facebook says, we can't tell CAF to focus on only African teams. Only. We are not that big yet. At least they play for their countries also. Fantastic response. These guys, despite the fact that they play in Europe, why don't national teams just come up and say, if you play outside of the continent, you will not get into the national team? That's where we have the chance.
I have given you
that. That is where we have the chance. Guys, thank you very much for coming through tonight. I
think we need to celebrate Vinicius Junior's win.
Yeah, we should. We should.
Go to Botafogo.
Superstar DJs in the house. Yo, world famous. The king on the wheels of steels, the king of the steels, the maestro himself. He's got a show coming up, by the way, on the 28th of, on the 26th, apologies, of December.
All white.
And of course, it's going to be crazy. We're going to be shutting it down. See, those 3 days are back to back, man. His show is on the 26th.
If you know, you know.
My friend is on the 27th, and Mainland FM end of year party is on the 28th. We're going to shut it down. Just next up at 8 p.m. is going to be the biggest all-women sporting show.
If you don't jump from your house, no come.
Bye, guys. Enjoy Gaviti till 8 p.m. when Sport Banter will come through. And guess what? The leader of the squad is back. She said she's using cargo to bring everything she brought. Pooja is back on the show. So there's going to be Okpe, there's going to be Dumebi, and there's going to be Pooja tonight. Don't miss it. 8 p.m. Sport Banter.
Move on up and keep on wishing. Remember your dream.
Hello, my name is Godwin Enoch, and I'm a broadcast journalist. Yes, my friend will tell me that I am a sport administrator by accident. Listen every day of the weekday to Sports Cruise on Mainland FM. God bless you.